I've been meaning to do an updated desk setup again this year, and just like last time, it's taken me a little while to actually sit down and do it. And the problem is I'm still waiting for a few things to be delivered for my main desk setup. It's going to have to wait for a couple of weeks. But that being said, there is another desk setup in this room, so I figured I'd give it a bit of an upgrade. I've kind of created this rule being that I could only get the things for the setup on Amazon. And to be honest, it turns out that isn't very difficult because you can basically get everything on Amazon nowadays. I also wanted to keep this setup fairly minimal, so there's plenty of room on the desk to get work done. I wanted this desk setup to have a walnut desk, but with mainly white peripherals, and I actually think I've managed to achieve this. As always with any desk setup that I use, it needs to be suitable for both work and studying. So my main goal hasn't really changed. I wanted to be able to just sit down at my desk and plug in a MacBook and just get on with whatever I need to do without having to think about it too much. As always, everything mentioned will be linked in the description. This is my 2026 MacBook Air productive setup, otherwise known as the second desk setup in my room. As with all of my previous desk setup videos, I'll start with the desk again. The desk I have here is Vernal's laminate walnut desk in 140 by 80 cm size. I've had this desk for a while now when, somewhat surprisingly, Vernal sent it to me for a desk setup video a couple of years ago to try out. I'm still using it today. It's held up pretty well, although there are a few dents in the desktop, and it's because it's not real wood, so you can see the marks quite clearly on the desk surface. The one that you can see here was caused by me dropping a monitor attached to a faulty monitor arm onto the desk. You quite clearly see there's a mark on it, although I probably can't blame Vernal for that, more just due to the monitor arm's faultiness. Walnut desk surface is really nice, and do generally really like walnut wood. And you can see that in my main desk setup, which features a custom black American walnut desk surface that lots of people seem to ask me a lot of questions about. In terms of the sit-stand function, it works really well. It's pretty quiet and I've not really had any issues with it. You have the option to set up some height presets, and although you can set up to 4 heights, I tend to just stick with sitting and standing height. It also has a lock feature which stops you from accidentally changing the height, or in my case, for my 1-year-old son, pressing all the buttons on the desk. The desk also has a drawer underneath which can be used for storage or as a sort of keyboard rest, but I never really use it for that as I just find the keyboard ends up being at an awkward height. This desk also has a PC holder attached to the side, which is mainly because my wife uses this desk for her PC, although I've now got this desk set up for a MacBook Air. My chair in the setup is from IKEA, and it's the IKEA Electrical office chair in the tan leather finish. I also use this for my other setup. I've been using these chairs for a number of years now and they've held up really well. It's comfortable enough for long work sessions and looks good in the room. It matches the rest of the furniture nicely. It doesn't have a huge amount of adjustment compared to some more expensive chairs, but for the price it's been absolutely fine. I'm also still using the IKEA Lutkullen sit-stand stool when the desk is in the standing position. I use this more than I ever expected to, especially when I don't want to fully sit down. I also don't want to stand for hours at a time. One of the biggest changes this year is the monitor. I've now switched to the Samsung, really long name with lots of letters, 32-inch 4K display. After using a 27-inch LG monitor with this setup for a long time, I wanted to increase the monitor size as there's definitely enough space on this desk. 4K resolution makes a big difference for text clarity, especially when I'm reading or writing for long periods of time. And the larger screen size means I'm more likely to split the screen, which can improve productivity compared with the previous 27-inch LG monitor. The plan is to put this monitor on a white Amazon monitor arm, which will keep it off the desk and give me more flexibility with its positioning. It'll also help with cable management, but unfortunately the monitor arm has yet to arrive for the setup. I've paired this with the new BenQ Screen Bar Halo 2, which sits on top of the monitor and provides really even lighting across the desk. It also has a subtle backlight which reduces eye strain, and compared with the previous Halo light bar, provides a much softer light. It also has a rechargeable controller, which means unlike the previous version, you won't need to get any batteries for it. With this setup, I'm now using the M2 MacBook Air, and it's the base model. I tend to use this MacBook for its portability, and it does everything that I need it to do for my workload, and I really appreciate how thin, light and quiet it actually is. Even when connected to the 4K monitor, it handles everything smoothly, including multitasking and some light video editing as well. Just like before, I keep the MacBook off the desk when I'm using it in clamshell mode, and it sits on top of this 12 South MacBook stand in a white colour, which keeps it elevated and allows better airflow while also matching the rest of the desk setup. I guess now moving on to the lack of desk shelf, and I've simplified things a bit this year, as I no longer use a desk shelf. I had one before and I tended to find that although I like the desk shelf and they're great for hiding cables, they just take up too much room on my desk. Instead, I've tried to focus on keeping the desk surface as clean as possible. The simple monitor stand and the MacBook on its 12 South book arc, I've got plenty of usable desk space, and I've made a real effort to keep as many cables out of sight as possible. This is helped by the fact that I keep any excess cables hidden away, which helps keep everything looking minimal from above. This setup also has a lack of a docking station. The setup is fairly simple, so it didn't really require a docking station, so I've tried to save space again, and I haven't used one. Previously for the setup, I'd used a docking station by Ivanki, and it was the Ivanki Pro 1 Plus, which was the hub of the entire setup. However, I have managed to keep cables to a minimum, and with the peripherals and things just directly connected to the MacBook via Bluetooth, I haven't really needed to have that docking station. I found the whole docking station thing kind of unnecessary for the setup. The only thing it was being used to plug in was the laptop itself. For the peripherals, this year I've gone with a much more cohesive peripheral setup. For the keyboard, I'm using the Keychron K10 HE keyboard in a white ISO layout. I wanted a full-size keyboard again, and this has been great for both typing and productivity. The white finish works really well with the rest of the setup and gives everything a lighter and cleaner look. This series of keyboards by Keychron is by far my favourite set of HE keyboards out there, and I'm currently using the K2 HE with my main desk setup. And previously I've done a whole review of this keyboard in one of my previous videos. Unlike the K2 HE, the K10 HE works well for both work and gaming. And for the mouse, I've switched back to the Logitech with the MX Master 4 for Mac, and again I'm using it in white. I debated about using a Keychron M6 in white, but I thought I'd try and give the new MX Master 4 another chance. It pairs perfectly with the Mac OS, and the scroll wheel is excellent for long documents and timelines, and to be fair, it is still a really comfortable mouse. And I do like the fact that it's a lot heavier than the M6. In saying that, I still currently do prefer the M6 mouse by Keychron, and I'm using that with my main desk setup. For the desk mat, I just kind of wanted to keep it basic and I didn't want to spend too much money on it, so I've gone for a simple light grey felt desk pad, which came from Amazon. Adds a bit of texture to the desk without drawing too much attention, and it's basically comfortable to type on, helps protect the desk surface. It might be a bit late given I've already put some dents in it as I mentioned before, but it fits the overall neutral colour scheme of the setup. The lighting is another area I've refined rather than completely changed. I'm still using a Philips Hue light strip, and this time I've attached it to the back of the desk. I typically set it to a sort of warm orange colour, which I do with pretty much all my setups, as I just really like how it looks. I also have a Philips Hue Signet floor lamp, which again I typically set to 3 warmish colours when I'm working. I really like Philips Hue generally, and use them for both the setups in this room. As I mentioned earlier, the biggest lighting upgrade I've had for the setup is the BenQ Screenbar Halo 2. It's made working in the evenings much more comfortable, and I really like that it doesn't take up much space on the desk. Well, in fact, it doesn't take up any space on the desk. Finally, cable management. It's still not perfect, but it's definitely improved. There's a cable management tray attached underneath the desk, which comes with the Vernal desk itself. In this tray is an extension cable, and I'm using an adhesive cable tray to keep everything grouped together and out of sight. From where I sit, the desk looks clean, and that's really what I'm aiming for. I just don't want to be looking at any cables on the desk when I'm working. And that's basically it for this minimal MacBook Air setup. I will hopefully be doing an updated desk setup video for my main desk, which does include a few upgrades, including a 6K monitor that's a lot cheaper than the Apple Pro display. But in the meantime, hopefully you've enjoyed this updated look at my MacBook Air desk setup for 2026. And if you did, feel free to give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video.